Mother, tell your children not to walk my...
Hello all, and welcome to this. This is the review, the official review of my review, of Truthslayer's review, of Bound for Glory, TNA's pay-per-view they just had tonight. This, of course, their big, huge WrestleMania type event. So let's see how they did. We started the night with Ultimate X match, LAX versus Triple X. LAX of Homicide and Hernandez versus Triple X of Cincy and Alex Skipper. This was a very good opener. Very good. I would definitely rate this 3.5 stars. There was lots of good spots. Even Hernandez pulled out a lot of good stuff. I'm really big on Hernandez. I used to watch him when he was down here in Houston. He's really good. He's a lot of fun to watch. Big, strong guy, and I think he really did a really good job in this kind of match, which is a match not to his forte. Even climbing up on the X cables. They brought back the original X, which I liked. They brought back the original type of Ultimate X match, which was nice. And I liked this. I thought this was good. Like I said, I thought it was a very good opener. Definitely 2.5 stars, and definitely a good thing to start off the show with, because it showed me they were going to give matches time. This was one of those matches I didn't think they were going to give enough time to. They gave this 12 minutes, which probably, they could have given this more and it could have been more, but for what it was for 12 minutes, I thought this was good and definitely deserved, starting this off and got the crowd really into it, which of course, when you're starting the pay-per-view, you're the opening match. That's what you got to do. You gotta bring it and get the fans into it. After that, we got some backstage stuff that was pretty unimpressive. Then we got the Fight for the Right Battle Royal, which, if none of you have ever... I didn't talk about this on my preview, but for those of you that don't know, this is the second time they've done this. The first time they did this, it was voted the worst match of the year. This was much better than that, I must say. This was actually very entertaining. I liked this. I thought this was fun, which I think ultimately is what you want. I don't grade Battle Royals, but I definitely would say this was fun, which ultimately is what you want. I did it. My only gripe with this was this is basically the same type of gauntlet type of match we've seen from TNA over the last, I'd say, couple of weeks, couple of months really. And it wasn't that much different, other than they actually let Junior Fatu go out there and be the big man of the match, which is something they really haven't let some of the other big guys do that were in some of these other matches. But again, this was fun. This was well booked. It made sense. It finished with Rude and Eric Young, with Eric Young going over, which was a nice, kind of got the crowd into it type of thing. It was very good. TNA, I will say this about Robert Roode. I've always said that I don't like Robert Roode. It is not good when a guy is carried through a battle royal, and he was carried through this battle royal, in my opinion. I have big issues with Robert Roode. And a lot of people like him. I don't like him. After that, we get a promo with for Team Pac-Man versus AJ and Tomko, and then we go to Team Pac-Man, and Team Pac-Man announces that what we're going to get is we're going to get Ron Killings versus the newest member of Team Pac-Man, Rashid Luscious Creed, who was kind of an Apollo Creed ripoff from the Rocky movies, in Pac-Man Jones' place. I'm glad they did this. I thought this made this match watchable and very good, which was good, or not very good, but I thought it made it an okay match, where this probably wouldn't have been a good match if you had Pac-Man in there. It allowed the fans to see AJ go out there and do his thing, and allowed the fans to see Tomko do his thing, and Ron Killings. And Creed looked good in the ring too. He made a pretty good debut. I would definitely rate this 2.5. It wasn't anything you have to see. It was just kind of okay. It was kind of spotty and overall not that impressive. But AJ and Tomko did go over, which is a good thing. So, and again, this was a fun match, and ultimately that's what you want, is fun, entertaining. And I thought this was fun and entertaining. Then we got Christopher Daniels versus Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. Again, this was one of the matches a lot of people pointed to. It could have been match of the night. Wasn't quite match of the night, but was still very good. I thought this was started off good. They gave these guys time. It went just a little over 11 minutes, um, and had was a lot of fun. Went out there, let these guys do what they can do, and when you let these guys go out there and do what they can do, even on a 10-minute basis, um, you can see what these guys can do in the ring. I would have liked to have seen this match go a little longer, but time restraints and all of that. But still good for the amount of time they were given. They went out there and did a good job. Definitely rate this 3.5 stars. Enjoyed that very well. Then we went to Steiner Brothers versus Team 3D. This was not that good. This was okay. This was a 2-star match. And this would have been better if TNA needs to stop with when they start off the match, particularly in a multi-man match, and a match like this, with them doing the brawl through the crowd, because it's too hard to follow, particularly on a tag team match. There's a reason why when the WWE does TLC, they keep everything pretty much around the ringside. That way they can pan out, you can see everything. That's the sort of thing that TNA needs to do more of in this type of match. They don't, unfortunately, and it's too bad because this probably could have been a little bit better if they would have done that. But this was a 2-star match, which kind of it wasn't bad. It wasn't anything horrible, but it did start off really slow and kind of boring, to be completely honest. Then we had the Knockouts Gauntlet to crown the first TNA Women's Champion, and this was pretty good. I must admit, this was definitely better than what we would see from the WWE with the Divas, I thought, which right there is what they should be shooting for. And Gail Kim won, which probably shocked some people, but I liked this. Shelly Martinez, Ariel from ECW, who most of you know I am a big fan of, got pretty good showing on this. This was her debut. And this was good. I think this is what you would expect. I wouldn't say this was as good as the Divas match from Backlash, but not even close. But I still thought this was good for what it was, and definitely was entertaining. And that's ultimately what you want. Even though we did see much more of Amazing Kong than I'm sure we'd ever really want to. After that, we got to the match that most people were looking, I think, the most forward to, which was Christian Cage versus Samoa Joe with Matt Morgan as the special referee. There must be a winner. This was a great match. Match of the night. Thank you, TNA. They didn't overbook anything. Basically, what this match was Joe getting revenge on Christian. This was booked great. Everything worked. They had Matt Morgan was basically there to enforce, make sure that the match kept going, make sure that Christian Cage didn't do any shenanigans. Tomko and AJ tried to come out. Matt Morgan chased him to the back. Everything worked out pretty well in my opinion. Kind of old school booking, but I thought it worked. I thought it worked very well. I would definitely rate this 4.25 stars. My opinion, the best match these two have had together, which probably is saying a lot, but definitely a lot of fun. Definitely match of the night, and pretty good stuff. Then we go to the Monsters Balls match, and like the other hardcore match from this evening, this wasn't very good. Had some good spots. Finished with Raven taking a manly spot by Shirtless taking a black hole slam through tacks and glass, giving Abyss the win. This went about 10 minutes. Like I said, it was alright. It was okay. Then we had the main event, Sting versus Kurt Angle. This started out very slow in my opinion. I did not like the way this started out. This started out like they were going to wrestle 45 minutes, which of course they didn't. But it did pick up where they started going at it. Angle actually pulled out a 450 splash, which was pretty amazing, which definitely brought this to a good match from where it was, because if they had kept going to the pace that it was, this was not going to be a good match. This was probably just going to be an okay match. Mark P., who I was chatting with while I was watching this, while he was watching it, said he fell asleep, literally fell asleep during the first part of the match, which, kind of tells you how slow it was. But this was definitely a good, I would give this 3.25 stars. I would, just because the start was just so slow. Overall, this was the best pay-per-view TNA's put on. Definitely would actually put this, in my opinion, over WrestleMania. Would not put this over Backlash or Driven though. Third best pay-per-view of the year. Good going TNA, and I'm out.